Okay, so Superman 2025, James Gunn. Just saw it. I gotta say, I really did like it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It's, I mean, it's, different than the Snyder movies. This is more like the Christopher Reeve movies, definitely. Um, I personally like all three of Zack Snyder's movies. I know some people hate them. That's fine. I mean, to me, some of this stuff is like different, kind of like different flavors of ice cream or something. This is different than Zack Snyder's, and it's different than some of the animated stuff, and then that's different than other things. So, but I have to say, I really did like this. I do have a few problems, but I thought it was just a good time. It's only about 2 hours, 5 minutes or so. It's not too long, but the cast was great. I mean, you got David Corenswet. I think this is the first thing I've seen him in. He's great. Rachel Brosnahan. Corenswet Superman. Brosnahan is Lois. Nicholas Hoult is Lex Luthor. And Nathan Fillion is Green Lantern. So, yeah, really enjoyed it. I got Justice League shirt on, but there's Superman. I was looking for my Superman shirt, but I couldn't find it. But yeah, so it starts off right away with just some text. Could be a little clunky, maybe you could criticize it for that. But I thought it was pretty efficient, and it's basically, 30 years ago Superman landed here. I think it said 300 years ago or 200 years ago. I think it was 300 that metahumans started to appear. You don't really know who. And then it goes into some other things about how he's basically been around for 3 years now. So he started, being Superman like 3 years ago. So I like that. We don't need another origin story. We know the origin story. They dig into that a little bit in the movie. Thought that was pretty efficient. The scene in the trailer where he falls into the snow and he's bleeding, that's right in the beginning. And then Krypto takes him to Fortress of Solitude, where he's has some broken bones, and he gets healed by the yellow sun. Kind of weird that the yellow sun like hurts him, but I guess it's because they like use these they use the crystals to like magnify it, which I thought actually was really cool and smart, to have him even heal faster than just being in front of the yellow sun. I like that. I don't think I've seen that before. It's probably in some comic book, but I like that. But I was like, why is it hurting him though? I mean, I guess, I guess it'd be like if you're out in the sun, it doesn't hurt you, but if you're there way too long, you can get sunburn. I guess is the logic. That was in the first trailer. I remember being like, what? It makes no sense to me, but for the rest of the movie, he loves the yellow sun. So, he loves the sun. So, and then after that, I mean, I guess I won't get into spoilers, but it happens right away. He then leaves to continue to fight. I think he leaves to go fight someone. But then Lex was tracking him, and Lex and these few other people that are with him that are metahumans, then they break into the Fortress of Solitude. And that's basically where the movie starts. So David Corenswet as Superman. I think he's great. I mean, I have little to no complaints. I mean, I love Henry Cavill's Superman. I love Christopher Reeve's Superman. Even Brandon Routh, I don't he that movie definitely let him down. He's good. I should watch the TV show that he is that I think it's Crisis on Infinite Earths, where he's a little older now. It's like I think he was too young when he was in Superman Returns. I think he was like early 20s. But yeah, that's a whole other thing about that movie. But yeah, David Cornsweet's great. Rachel Brosnahan is great as Lois. I almost wish we got a little bit more of them two together. And I don't think this is a spoiler. Also, she knows that he's Superman, which I'm glad. There's not this she doesn't know, and then she starts suspecting, and then she finds out later. They just get right to it. He's already been Superman for 3 years. Clark is already working at the Daily Planet. They're already in a relationship. She already knows he's Superman, so we don't even have to really deal with that. We just get past it, which is good. So I like how James Gunn did it. I gotta give James Gunn credit. I mean, I was kind of like, I don't know, James Gunn directing this, the guy, I mean, like, I like the Guardian movies. I didn't love the first one, but I like the second one. I haven't watched the third one. Someone was saying that Lex Luthor's kind of like the villain in the third one. I don't know. I haven't seen it. But I've seen Super. He wrote the Dawn of the Dead movie, directed by Zack Snyder, randomly. Romeo and Juliet. I mean, so it's the guy that's, Slither. It's a good horror movie. But he always kind of... He interjects his form of comedy, and he does it in this too, but it just didn't really annoy me that much. Some things maybe a little bit too much Krypto in it, the dog, but a lot of people are gonna love that. I mean, I liked most of it, just to me it's just a little too much of Krypto, but Nathan Fillion is amazing as Green Lantern. I'm so glad that he's playing a major role in I hope he's gonna be in, I mean, I hope we get at least 3 movies out of this, and I hope he's in them all as Green Lantern. So, I like that. I mean, Nathan Fillion, great actor. I always felt like he kind of deserved, to be a little bit of a bigger actor, but he's Guy Gardner's Green Lantern. He's the dick, he's kind of like an ass, and he is in this, but it's not overly obnoxious. There's a point in the end I thought was hilarious when someone finally liked the name of the Justice Gang, and then he's like, "Okay, you're in." Thought that was hilarious. You have Hawk Girl Isabella Merced. She's there. She's not in it that much, but you have Mr. Terrific. And I'm not that familiar with the character, but he's great too. I mean, he's really good. That actor is very good. I'd like to see some more movies he's in. But yeah, it's a good movie. It's lighthearted. Yeah, I mean, some people are like it's a comedy. Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much. I'd say. I mean, it's not a straight up comedy. It's a superhero comedy. So, but yeah, James Gunn. I got to give it to him because I thought the direction was great. It's beautifully shot. The music was really good. Maybe a complaint I have a little bit with the music though is I almost wish it was a little bit more swelling, a little bit more intense, because they're obviously doing like John Williams. I mean, I don't know if he got a credit, but man, it's influenced by him, which makes sense. It's like one of the greatest scores of all time. So, but the music's done by John Murphy and David Fleming, so 2 people, but I didn't feel it was 2 different personalities. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. I mean, I liked it. Some people are like, he gets a little too screamy and he's yelling, and it kind of annoyed some people. But I thought he was good. I mean, like, I don't think I've ever seen the guy give a bad performance, Nicholas Hoult. I just watched Nosferatu, and I got some problems with that movie, but not with him. He's great. So I'd say go see it. Go see it in the theater. It's a great time. There's 2 after credit scenes. Really, they don't add that much, but the second one's kind of funny. I mean, in the first one, I mean, I'll just say what it is. I don't think it's a spoiler. It's just him. I think he's sitting on the moon with Krypto, and they're just watching the Earth. So I kind of like that. It's very Superman, very comic book. It's a good time. So, but I'll get into some spoilers, I guess. Let's see. I'm trying to think of some other non-spoiler things. Yeah, I mean, there is some things, it's funny that they repeat that we've seen before. Like Superman gets arrested. Where have we seen that before? Oh wait, that's in Man of Steel, right? There's some stuff like that. And with Lex Luthor a little bit, we've seen before. But it's all done kind of a little different. So with a James Gunn twist. So I enjoyed that. But yeah, I'll get into spoilers. So there's the Justice Gang. A joke is they don't like the name of the Justice Gang, which is a little bit. Oh, I got a little bit. Okay, I get it. You all don't like it. Nathan Fillion likes it, but it kind of paid off at the end, though, and I thought that was hilarious. Nathan Fillion is just born to play Green Lantern. I mean, multiple versions, I think, but this one's great because he can kind of be a dick, and even with Superman, like, he doesn't even really want to save him at one point, but Mr. Terrific does, which I thought actually is fine, because you actually get what he's saying, because he's like, well, the whole world hates him now, and let's get to the reason why the whole world hates him now. So the world basically turns on him because there's a message from Superman's biological parents, Kryptonians, and I swore Bradley Cooper was his dad, which I thought was hilarious. But and there's 2 parts to the message. The first part is, just go help the world, be a beacon, just traditional Superman stuff. And then the second part is corrupted, and he can't get it to work. But then when they hack the computer, Lex Luthor and his metahumans, the second part is like, oh yeah, you should go there and rule over them like a tyrant because the people there are stupid and, cannot fend for themselves. And you should also have a harem of women and have as many kids as you can, to rule over Earth. And it's like, I didn't like that. Like, that's not Superman's parents. And the whole movie, I was like, is this a lie from Lex Luthor? And then like, you think it is, but then he swears that it was a real message, Lex. But I was like, you can't trust him. He'll lie about anything for Superman. About Superman, but they never reveal that it's fake, so I have to assume it's real, and I didn't really like that, so that's definitely a negative, because you could have just had at the end, oh, it was fake. I don't know, maybe in the next one they'll be like, oh yeah, that was fake. Because some fans are already saying, like, what the heck, man? It's like, it kind of did them dirty. Like, I don't know. It's like that's not his biological parents. Like, it's like, yeah, they would want him to be important to the world, but not to rule over it. If he rules over it, then he's evil, dark Superman. So I didn't like that. I also think Superman could have figured out how to fix the message himself. But you know, they don't really show Superman's intellect that much. I mean, in the comic books, and I mean, watch the animated series. I mean, the animated series probably is the best Superman, the one from the 90s. There's like, I think 3 or 4 seasons of it. It's really good. That's probably the best Superman. That Superman shows that Superman's also highly intelligent. Like his brain works way faster than humans. So, but I mean, anyways, I think he could have figured that out. But that's okay. This movie can't do everything. You know, I get it. It's a live action movie. You can't do everything. It's not an animated series with multiple seasons, and you got about 2 hours and 5 minutes. They could have made it like 10 minutes longer. I mean, I wish we got more scenes between Ma and Pa Kent in Kansas and Superman. I wish we got more scenes between him and Lois Lane, because they're really good. Him and Lois Lane have great chemistry. Also, Ma and Pa Kent, I mean, the dad is okay. I've seen that actor and others and stuff. He's an Identity. But like the mom has like a really southern accent, like she's like from Louisiana or something. And I was like, whoa, they're from Kansas. Like, people in Kansas don't speak like that. So it's kind of like, what? I don't know, are they just trying to make him look like Hicks? It's like, I mean, it's, you know, it's not like they did anything that was bad. I just was like, okay, why does she have this thick southern accent? But alright, whatever. But there's almost no scenes between Ma and Pa Kent and Superman. Or Clark. I mean, after Clark finds out what his biological parents want him to do, which he doesn't agree with, so that's kind of weird. His biological parents, Jor-El and Laura, Lorvon, sorry. He gets upset about that, and then he goes and he's talking to his dad. That's a good scene with him talking to his dad. I mean, I just wish there was a little bit more of that. A little bit, maybe a scene between him and his mom, or a scene between a few more scenes of him and Lois together. Right? But you know, hopefully this gets a sequel. Apparently they're making a Supergirl. Spoilers. Supergirl's at the very end of this movie, which I thought was funny how they did that. I thought that was really funny, the scene with her, and how she likes to go to Red Sun worlds and she gets drunk, and then she comes back because Superman can't get drunk here because of the yellow sun. That was funny, but I'm like, really? A Supergirl movie next year? Okay. And it's not directed by James Gunn. It's directed by Craig Gillespie, who directed I, Tonya. That's a good movie, but he did Cruella. I don't know, was that good? That looked terrible to me, but I, Tonya was good. I watched that. So, but back to Superman. I hope it's good. I just have less interest in Supergirl as a character. For me, it's all about Superman, Lois, Lex Luthor, his parents, you know, Green Lantern. So, but so those are some criticisms I have of the movie. I mean, it's action, scene, very quick. But it's a good time. I mean, I liked how they used the pocket universe, and I thought the joke with all the monkeys that are typing, basically being trolls online, I thought that was hilarious from Lex Luthor. You know, when he pulled that gun out and put it to that guy's head, a guy, you know, Superman, I mean, he said he gave him food. Like, he knew the guy's name. Like, he's at least talked to him a few times. He's like a street vendor. I think he's like Middle Eastern guy. And he puts the gun to his head, and then he, you know, he's doing Russian roulette, and he's asking Superman questions, but Superman can't really answer them because he's being hit by kryptonite. and and then he's like, I think, click, and then he asks him like, where did you grow up? Like, who are your parents? And no, Superman's not gonna tell him that. And I'm glad he didn't. You know, you can't tell him that because he'll go torture his parents. So then he's like, click, kills the guy. I was like, whoa, he just killed that guy. So I mean, I think, but in a way, I think it gives the movie a little bit more weight. So I was okay with that because there's nothing he could have done. He's being hit by kryptonite. I liked how they used Metamorpho, which I know I never really thought we'd see him in a movie because he's kind of, if you look at his outfit, it's kind of like goofy, but his outfit looked great. I think it was all practical pretty much too. Obviously then it turns into CG, but just him when he was sitting there in the same little box as Superman. I thought that was great. I thought that was smart too, that he could create kryptonite, and it's like the only way they could do it, because they say, oh, it used to be on Earth, but we don't. There's none that we can find. So, but then Lex is like, oh, I have a way around that. That was smart. Played by Anthony Carrigan. So, I thought all that was really good. You know, some people are like, oh, Superman's a little underpowered. Yeah, I mean, I could see that a little bit, but if you look at what he does, he's still incredibly powerful. I mean, he totally destroys all of Lex's bot army or whatever. I think they're actually dudes inside of the suit. There was like hundreds of them. What do they call them? The Ravens or something? Destroyed all them. This is all spoilers, of course. There's a clone of Superman in this. He's called Ultraman. And in the beginning, he actually defeats Superman. But then Superman, the little help from Krypto, which I thought was hilarious too, defeats him. I like how they did that too. How he had the long hair. He gets sucked into a pocket universe out there. My theory is he gonna come back as a villain again? But maybe he'll be a little messed up, and maybe it'll kind of be like a Bizarro Superman. Maybe, I don't know. I could see that for one of the sequels. Lex Luthor. Some people don't like that he's screaming and stuff. I was okay with it. You know, his little speech about brains over brawn. I mean, it's very Lex. I didn't have a problem with it. Hawk Girl is in it a little bit. Thought she was alright. Did she kill that guy at the end though? I was like, whoa. Like, obviously they're fighting Russia, and I don't know, it's just a little tired. It's just like, okay, Russia's the bad guys. Okay, alright, I get it. But, I don't know, the leader of, like, you know, fake Russia, or whatever it is, knockoff Russia, dollar store Russia, is, this leader with crazy hair, and he's in cahoots with Lex Luthor, and he has a secret deal with Lex Luthor where he'll invade this land, and he's gonna split it in two. He keeps half, Lex gets to keep the other half. Lex Luthor's then gonna set him up as the king of wherever. Well, it will be a crazy futuristic society, and he'll be king. Really, you know, he'd make himself into emperor. Yeah, so I liked all that. I mean, it's definitely something Lex would do. He would want a piece of Earth that he rules with an iron fist, he doesn't have to worry about the U.S. government or any government. He is the government. Of course, Lex Luthor would want that. So yeah, so I liked the movie. It looked great. I mean, it cost, production budget, what I'm reading, is $225 million. That's what Wikipedia says. So we'll see how it does. I'm definitely interested in another movie with this cast. I hope that they keep everyone. You know, Mr. Terrific, Hawkgirl, Nathan Fillion, Green Lantern, David Corenswet. But yeah, I guess the next movie's Supergirl, so a little more skeptical of that. I'm just kind of like, couldn't we just got a Superman 2 for the next movie? But all right. I also liked how Metamorpho created the kryptonite, and then he turned on Lex. So he turns off the kryptonite because then Superman saves his kid. Because it's not like he finds a bunch of kryptonite, Lex. So then in the next movie, well, of course he's going to use kryptonite. But if he can't get Metamorpho, maybe he can't find him or whatever, then he doesn't have kryptonite. So I thought that was smart, actually, of James Gunn. Because you could still have Lex discover it. But you didn't do that in this movie, which I thought was good. And, yeah, I liked Mr. Terrific going out and saving Superman from that pocket dimension, but he actually ends up saving himself, which I liked, with Krypto, and then he saves the kid. So yeah, and then in the end, Kara Zor-El drunkenly returns to pick up Krypto. So yeah, just a few complaints. I really don't like what they did to his biological parents. It wasn't even needed, because you could just be at the end of the movie, oh yeah, that was fake. But whatever. So I'm not sure how I'd rank all the Superman movies. In some ways, I don't even like doing that, because like they're all so different, you know. It's like with the Batman movies. I mean, yeah, I guess I would rank the Nolan ones the best, but I mean, you know, it's like I really like the Tim Burton ones. You know, the Joel Schumacher, not so much. You know, I really like the last Batman movie, that from a couple years ago. So they're just all kind of different to me in their own worlds. So yeah, and you know, definitely an influence on this movie. All-Star Superman is definitely an influence. Great comic book. If you're a fan, you should check it out. And definitely, of course, the Christopher Reeve movies. So, and the music is very Christopher Reeve inspired. I'm not seeing a credit for John Williams, but I wouldn't be surprised if he got a paycheck from this, because he probably deserves it. So I don't know. It just felt like it to me, and the music just felt very first Christopher Reeves movie. And you know, like the great scene at the end of the movie is when they defeat the bad guys. They defeat Luthor. Luthor then goes to jail. And also the great scene at the end, you know, they defeat Lex, and then her and Superman go off where no one's around, and then they're flying up and you know, they're kissing. I thought that was great. That's straight out of a comic book. I thought that was amazing. That part was a little, I thought that was a little emotional. People in the theater were clapping during that scene. I'm always kind of like, you know, who are you clapping for? They can't hear you, but you know, I mean, it is a very powerful, well shot scene. So, and then it was funny. Perry White has a funny line. He's like, because then him and Jimmy Olsen are nearby, and he's like, so how long have they been hooking up for? And Jimmy Olsen's like, oh, for like 3-4 months or something. Jimmy Olsen even had some good stuff in there. He was good. He was really good. He was in it way more than I thought he would be. That actor was, I thought, really good. He had some stuff with Lex Luthor's girlfriend, and she's, you know, she's over him, but she doesn't want to break up with him because his last girlfriend broke up with him, and then she's like, and then she wrote a terrible blog about me on the internet. And then he put her in the pocket dimension. I mean, it's something Lex would do. He's so petty, you know, he's so evil. But yeah, Jimmy Olsen's good, but I really like that scene when they're floating up in the sky. It was so good. Definitely you know, reminds me of the first Superman movie from 1978. So, but yeah, it's also hilarious when Luthor's trying to escape through the pocket universe, and I mean, he's even so evil. He has one of his henchmen even turn on him because they're like, well, if we do this, then we could destroy the whole world. And then he's like, I don't care, do it. We'll stop it before it destroys the whole world. And then it is destroying the whole world, and well, it destroys a lot of Metropolis. And the guy's like, I'm turning this thing off now. And then they're all about to evacuate, but then Superman breaks in, knocks him out, and then Krypto comes in, the dog, and then starts attacking Luthor, breaks his arm, and throws him all about. I thought that was hilarious. And then he's all cut up too. So I mean, I liked Nicholas Hoult. I want to see more of it. I like to see in the sequel him in a giant mech suit. It's a very Lex Luthor thing to do, you know. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. Like I said, I'm not gonna rank them right now. Maybe I'll do that another time. But yeah, I definitely recommend it. So, but yeah, Superman 2025, and cheers, James Gunn, because I think you did a good job. So, but that's about it, though. I'll see you next time.